Not all heroes wear a mask. Not every role model gets their name in the paper. The teachers in our stories are everyday people facing everyday dilemmas. First, we will meet some teachers who are great role models in and out of school. Then, we will witness ethical dilemma battles between Dr. Dishonorable and his nemesis, the ethical educator. In school, Nicole uses a multitude of ways to communicate with students, parents, and colleagues. These people respect Nicole because they know she respects them. She goes out of her way to have open communication with everyone. This lets them know Nicole is always willing to listen and cares about what they have to say, and they see her as a communication role model. Outside school, Enrique is involved in different community projects. Colleagues and community members enjoy and respect Enrique's contributions to the good of the community. He also encourages his students to become involved, creating lesson plans that incorporate community service. Since he is dedicated to making their district a better place, people see him as a role model for the community. In school, Casey is always on time, and so are her students. Students and colleagues see her as a role model in managing time in the classroom. Casey sets clear expectations for her students, and she is always consistent. Her students respect that she doesn't show favoritism and that they do not have to guess about what she expects from them. Outside school, Carolyn takes time to center and care for herself. She makes sure to take time to unwind and reflect on her physical and mental health, and others see her as a role model for self-care. Since Carolyn takes such good care of her well-being, she is rarely sick, burnt out, or stressed, and this makes her reliable and respected in and out of school. In school, Christy is a diversity role model. There are many students from different backgrounds, and she gives students opportunities to discuss their backgrounds and promotes respect and harmony by making sure everyone is informed. There are also diverse learning styles in her classroom, and she has flexible lesson plans that cater to multiple learning styles. Outside school, Quatisha maintains a positive reputation by always being herself. She is trustworthy, supportive, and respectful in person and online. Who she is in school, out of school, and online is always the same person. Quatisha does not pretend to be anyone but herself, and the fact she never wears a mask makes her a role model for a positive reputation. You are walking by a classroom and overhear a student and another teacher talking about a party that will be happening at the student's house while their parents are away. The student invites the teacher to the party, and the teacher agrees to go. The two exchange numbers. When you ask the other teacher about what you overheard, they tell you it's not a big deal, just a party. Dr. Dishonorable thinks, "That teacher knows better, but this is not my problem. Plus, if the principal finds out, they could get fired. I don't want to be responsible for someone losing their job." And he walks away. The ethical educator realizes that the teacher handbook says that teachers should not spend personal time with students outside of school. She decides the ethical thing to do would be to talk to the administration and inform them about the party and the teacher accepting the student's invitation using the process outlined in the Code of Ethics handbook. Over the weekend, you go out with some friends to a family-friendly arcade that includes a bar for people to unwind. You have a couple drinks while you play some games. You notice one of your students and their siblings at the arcade with their parents. The parents are drinking heavily while the kids play. You then see the parents getting ready to leave with their children, obviously too drunk to drive safely. Dr. Dishonorable decides to go over and start yelling at the parents belligerently. "I can't believe you're gonna drive with kids in the car when you've been drinking. I can't believe this. I'm gonna call Child Protective Services." As he goes on, the business owners remove him from the premises for being loud and disrespectful. The ethical educator approaches the parents and offers to call a taxi for the family. They refuse, and she informs them calmly that she would have to call the police if they insist on driving home, because they would be endangering the lives of their children and others. They decide to take the taxi home, thanking the ethical educator for caring about their kids. Whether or not you have children yourself, you are a parent to the next generation. If we can only stop thinking of children as individual property and think of them as the next generation, then we can realize we all have a role to play. Dr. Charlotte Davis Castle.
Created using Powtoon.